Let's talk about gym. Start there. Have a lot of talk. Nostalgia.
Well, I accidentally unplugged. There we go. Okay, just make sure you're talking into the right side of the microphone. Because if
You mean
not,
the correct side or the right?
the top side.
Here.
Maybe underneath it.
Oh.
If you're feeling underneath. I sound like Sam.
Yeah,
All right,
Gabe's sleeping heavy. We on?
here we're on. No. Well, I'm thinking about it. Now that I think about it, we are very slightly. Like if you got a very large donut
Mm-hmm.
and you ah and you yeah.
Good metaphor.
Thank
You got a donut.
Thanks. I was up countless numbers of nights, just
Go on, sorry.
I was up countless hours. Oh yeah!
Oh, I
I
missed
was
it.
up countless hours thinking about such things, including but not limited to large donuts, rolling, but mostly the rolling part.
Rolling?
Yeah.
Like in bed?
No. What? Anyway, so we're gonna start the podcast. I'm Gabe. He's the one.
I'm Norse Lunchable.
And together we are two halves of the same idiot. Starring on the CW, the 53rd of July.
Hmm?
So June. Does June come before July or after?
Pretty sure it comes coming this winter. The month of June.
Rated R for Are You Ready?
uh,
Okay.
so welcome back, us.
Yeah, I don't. This has been a train wreck so far, but so has every other instance of our podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It's a train wreck that
Like
just never
Titanic.
stops wrecking. What?
It was a train wreck like Titanic.
Oh yeah, it's just like it's so much like Titanic. We're gonna name it after named Titanic
Yes.
because there's two of us.
Right.
There's layers of that humor. It's like an ogre.
I prefer parfaits. This is still a train wreck.
It really is. All right, so what do you want our first topic to be? What's happened in your life since the last podcast?
Oh, did I tell you that we got the drywall up?
Oh,
I think I did, but I'm gonna. Okay, because we're gonna pretend like I didn't tell you. So well, they're not quite done yet, but one of the guys showed up by himself to hang drywall today.
yeah.
So it's the people who don't know. Here was
Are you talking into the right side of the mic?
like I'm trying to look at you and talk into the mic, so I don't know.
No, like. There you go.
Ah.
It was trying to deafen yourself out of your own microphone.
Huh.
Is the thing the butt graph I showed you earlier
Booty.
about where it picks up audio?
Okay.
Yeah.
Should we start over?
No. Drywall story.
Yeah, that
Go.
beginning was gold. So like a week or two ago marked our 1 year anniversary since we've been living in a camper trailer while our house is being built. And it's been an interesting experience. Like you have like a much more intense experience of this. Maybe we'll get into that in a second. But it's so we had our old house. It was I moved in there when I was a couple months old, I think, maybe a year. And we've lived there until now. I'll be I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22 this April.
Yeah.
And
You're so funny. Oh my gosh, it hurts.
yeah. I'm funny like a tumor. So I've been there a while, and the house was the old farmhouse in that area. I think it be like 121 years old this year if it was
Hmm.
still around. But so, like last February, we started demoing it all ourselves. There's five in my family, and then our relatives and friends helped out,
Yeah.
did the smashy. So that we demoed the house. I've done a lot of the electric. Dad's done some of the venting. Like he did the bathroom vents. I did a lot of the. I put the panning up for the HVAC work. I did a lot of the heat runs, like the non-thinky parts.
Yeah.
So we put a lot of work into it, and finally, this very week, last week, they started hanging the drywall.
Hmm.
So it's like a load off my parents' mind.
Yeah. So once you hit the drywall stage, everything seems to go quickly, or at least that's my experience with it.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about that. Like, when did you move into your camper, whatever it is?
Into the trailer back at
Trailer,
the
yeah.
old place. I was born into it. I was molded by it. Um, Merely adopted it. All right, so yeah, my grandparents owned the land we were on. They still don't. They still own the land with the trailer. We moved out. I think it was 2016, 2017. But so I lived there for the first 17 years of my life, and I lived there with five other people. So I pretty much just got a computer, stayed in the corner, and then just didn't move because if I moved, I had to interact with people, and I don't like social interaction even inside my own house.
Uh huh.
So
I feel that.
most of my life was literally just I'm gonna play video games, and then
Mm-hmm.
that was the extent of most of my childhood. And the others we'll cover later on the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe not this one. Maybe not the next one. But maybe next year or the year after that.
And your dad did most, if not all, of this, right? Did he
Yeah,
do the framing?
we built the new house pretty from scratch. We bought the square of land back this lane, and yeah, we dug the foundation, we laid it, we built up the walls, we did everything. The only thing we outsourced help for was pouring the concrete here in the basement, and then the roofing. We had someone, my first Sunday school teacher, John, I don't know his last name because I was 5. He had the machinery to put the framing for the roof onto the roof.
The trusses.
Yeah, the trusses. So he came over and helped with that. And I think those were the only times we asked for help, and that's why it took 15 going on 16 years to build the house because it's still not done.
Yeah, I feel
but,
so bad for your dad.
but we live here now. But there's got to be like a sense of pride in that.
Oh,
Like
for sure. Yeah, yeah.
like like I built this here house with my own bare hands.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm nothing if not my dad. So like that's my mindset. So that's obviously his mindset.
Yeah. But
The Yosemite Sam side of the brain. I built this here house. All right, I gotta fix my audio gate.
ooh ee ah ting tang wall bang bang. Ooh ee ah ting tang wall bang bang. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. I told the witch doctor I was in love with you. And transition back. Continue.
Was he telling you anything?
Dang, I lost track in my head.
All right, so, something obvious we could talk about is the coronavirus.
No.
Why
So
not?
talking about your house, your dad, did he work by himself most of the time?
More times than not. Like I'd be the tool hand, or my mom would be the tool hand most of the time. Up until I think we started framing the upstairs, which I helped a little bit with, and my mom helped more because I was only 13. and I really couldn't carry a 2x4 at that point because I'm a weak little baby man. At that point, I've gotten I've gotten slightly stronger since. I can carry at least 2x4s now. So yeah, my mom helped him mostly, and then whenever it came down to like pouring the foundation, all right, so that we didn't really outsource that. It was my uncle that came over and helped for an evening.
Does he do concrete?
No, I mean digging the foundation up, pouring it.
Oh, so he's a backhoe or something.
No, shovels.
What?
Yeah, shovels.
I don't believe you.
That's the only part that I remember. There might have actually been machinery involved in that. I just remember a few memories back in 2008ish. Maybe it was 2007. No, it was before that.
They might have been finishing up, like getting ready to lay block or something. No, because the floor would have been down.
We had the foundation dug out and flattened, and then we went around with the laser level. You know, the thing that spins and goes woo woo with the laser sticking out the front to keep things level.
Sure, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what it's called. I just know it.
Laser levels do exist. I've just never seen one operate.
All right, so basically, you set this little like it's not a kit. It's like a little pod you put on a tripod, and it has a laser pointing out the front. You have a little bubble level on the tripod to keep things level.
Okay. Yeah.
So you sit that down, you turn it on, and it'll like slowly scan across, so you know where to get rid of things and where to add things to make it level.
Gotcha.
So we had everything flattened out with gravel on top of the dirt, and then we dug a ditch out and around that platform. And my uncle was helping us with that. And that's really the only memory I have. That was the first memory I had of this house.
Huh.
And that was in 2005. We started in 2004.
So you were 5 years old.
Yeah.
Huh. So the shovels weighed as much as you, basically.
Pretty much. Like, I was not going to help with that. I do have a lot of memories being over here in the winter without heat, doing schoolwork because it was a Saturday.
Yeah. So while your parents were working, you were doing school.
Yeah, we had a little shoot. What's the company called that makes all the? I touch 8 of these boxes every day, and I don't remember the company's name. Like they make the little playhouses for the kids. It's Play something. Play Tech. I don't remember full and well what it is.
Shoot. Is it just Playhouse?
No, it's maybe it's Play School. I can't remember.
Yeah, Play School.
Anyway,
I think it's Play School.
We had a little table made out of 5 pieces of plastic that if I sat in it today, it would crumble. Even a new one, because they aren't made for more than 8-year-olds. We did school in that for a long time.
Huh.
Then around 2013, we took a break, and then we picked it up 2015 because our permits were running out, and we needed to move in, so we did. In like 2 weeks, we got all the drywall up, all the drywall sanded, the countertops for the kitchen. We got all the outlets installed. We did all the wiring for the Ethernet cables. We did a lot of the painting.
That is a ton of work.
Yeah, we were over here every day until like 10, 11 o'clock during winter.
Huh.
So those lasted a long time. But yeah.
What about insulation?
We had that up a while back. Like, as soon as we got the outer walls up, we did the insulation.
Oh, okay.
So, like, we did the siding on the house, then after we did the siding on the house, we came in and, yeah, we did the insulation, then we put up...
For the rafters, too?
Yes.
Okay, because you can heat it after you do that.
Yeah.
Technically, you can.
Yeah. We had one little space heater that I think is in Caleb's room right now. That was our heat for the house. So we just, which room would it be? It'd be, do you know where Katrina's room is at? Like, you go upstairs, you turn left, and it's across from the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So we put electricity to that room first, and so we got an old CRT from, I think it was either my grandma, it was a customer that my dad worked for, or did an installation for at Dish, back when he worked for Dish. They just gave him a CRT. They're like, we're not going to use it, it's just taking up space.
That's
Do you
box
want
TV,
it?
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's about, I think it was a really big one for back then. It was like 32 inch
Okay.
for a CRT. That's massive and also like 500 pounds. And so we got that, and that was mine and Caleb's TV for the longest time up until we moved. And so there's a lot of memories with it. It's out in the other room right now. But we played countless hours of Mario Kart when we brought it over here.
Which one?
The one for the GameCube, Double Dash.
Never played that one.
It's the only 2-player Mario Kart game, and to this day, I still think it's one of the best.
Huh.
Just mechanic-wise and all that. In a bag of Cheetos.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sums up the majority of stories here. I did leave out a crucial part that if one of my coworkers is listening, he's probably going to be a little offended, but I'm okay with.
He's not listening. Go on.
Yeah.
I don't think you and Luke will listen to this.
Probably not. I don't know. I mean, probably not.
Yeah.
No. It's probably, it feels very uninteresting, but you never know. But yeah, that was the majority of my childhood. It's just going from house to house, doing homework and then playing.
What
Yeah.
about your coworker?
My coworker Jake, we met whenever I first came over here, because he
Here?
lived across the street.
Oh.
Yeah, me and Jake go way back in the way back. I have this strange. All right, so Jake, he's the same age as me, and he has an older brother Christian that's 4 years older than him.
Yeah.
And I remember me, Caleb, Christian, and Jake. One day, we all had a sword fight. We never had another one. I could tell you that much.
Pretty intense.
We didn't have enough swords, so Christian used the Nerf gun. You know, like the automatic machine guns that you can go cho-chunk, 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 the thick
The one
one.
with the chain belt?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh.
He used that as a sword. I don't know how I got suckered into it. I was the first one to fight him. So I'm like, all right, I had the black power Nerf sword.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, bring it on, big boy. I'm 12 at the time. He's 16-ish, 15.
Yeah.
So he's growing a mustache. Like I'm growing a chest. No, I got my first chest hair last week.
Like at this point, his armpit hair looks like the hair on your head. It's that
Yes.
thick. Yeah.
So I'm squaring up to him. I'm feeling like David. I'm like, please Lord, don't let me die. And so I wind up, and Jake says go. And so I start wailing on him. He's defending everything because he's bigger than me, and he can move the gun, and I can't move the sword because I have the arms of a noodler. And so after a while, Christian says, all right, stop. Just time out. And I'm like, all right, I respect it. And so I back up, and he starts doing like this weird, I think it's a reference from a movie. He starts like making symbols with his hands. He goes, I'm like, he's summoning Satan. Is this allowed? I don't think summoning Satan's allowed here. And so he finishes, and he just dials in on me, and I'm like, and Jake's like, all right, are you ready? Christian's like, And Jake goes, all right, Gabe, are you ready? I'm like, ah! And he's like, all right, 2 noises. That works. Fight. I don't know if Caleb remembers this or not. It was amazing for him, not me.
Yeah.
And so we go back at it, and as soon as you hear the T in fight, he just screams like blood curdling, like like
Like a coronavirus victim.
yeah, like a coronavirus. No. Hang on.
Oh, Bowser.
All right, so he just he comes at me, and I'm like and he's like and I'm like and he just up like over the head. Oh, it's like the Darth Vader scene
Oh, yeah.
from Star Wars. Like
Yeah.
Luke's just bam, 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 bam. I'm just holding the blade with 2 hands, like I don't want to die. I tap out. And Jake's laughing, Caleb's laughing. I'm dying. I don't want to die. Christian's summoned Satan inside of his demon possession. Like we are legion. I don't know if he said that while he was going at it, but
Just Just pile driving you.
Yeah, he was going. I don't remember how this ended. I might have blacked out and gotten hit. I don't remember how this ended. I just remember fearing for my life, and Jake finding it humorous. And we were good friends.
Does he still live around here?
Nah, he moved to West Sunbury.
Oh, okay. So that's not too far. That's my neck of the woods.
Yeah. I don't know what. I think Christian went into welding. He used to, whenever his mom moved out, his mom and Jake moved to West Sunbury because his mom, I think, got married to a guy.
Okay.
And so they moved in with him. And I think Jake still lives up there with his stepdad. And then Christian moved somewhere else. But he used to live in the trailer across the road. But yeah, as soon as we moved in, we couldn't find him. He wasn't over there anymore.
Mm.
Yeah. The only other experience I have with Christian is one day we were just over here working on the house, and he comes over, knocks on the door, and he's like, "Hey guys," he's like real like down in the dumps. Like I don't know if depressed is the right word for it because it wasn't quite that extreme.
Yeah.
But he's just like, "Hey guys, I just had a question for you. How can I be a better neighbor?" I'm like, "We don't even live here yet." But my dad's like, "I don't know, just like, it's just you know." Just
He actually said that?
yeah, he said that. I don't know.
How do I be a better neighbor?
I don't know what triggered it to this day. My guess is it was just because all the other neighbors hate us for some reason. I don't know why. One of the neighbors is real picky about speed going down the driveway. If you go above 10, they'll curse you out. And I'm like, all right, but you are the first house on the lane. That doesn't really affect you. If I go 10, it takes me 6 minutes to get to the end of the driveway. And that's not happening because that's a quarter of my trip to work every day. And so I'll hit 15 to 20-ish, which saves another like 3 minutes off my trip, which is exponential whenever it's every day.
Yeah. I mean, at the time you leave for work, I can kind of see the complaints.
Well, everyone's asleep at that point. It's when I come home that everyone's up because they're taking their kids to school and such.
You don't think you wake them up?
No, I don't. No.
Because you leave at, what, like 3:30?
Yeah, I leave about 3 o'clock to 3:30 every day for work, and then I come home around 9:30. And between 9 and 9:30.
9:30. Those lazy bums should be out working or something. They shouldn't have to
Yeah.
worry about patrolling their driveway.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah. Then I don't know. I guess we have beef with the guys. So our lane goes back, and then it splits into another lane. There's a lane off the lane, and back the second lane.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's Edna, then there's Cherry Falls. It goes back that way. And so there's two houses back on Cherry Falls, and we're neighboring one of them. I'm like, what the heck is it doing?
Bam.
Bam's just kind of I have a cat named Bam. She's a little kitty. I think she heard me. She's trying to claw underneath the door at a piece of the carpet that's a little frayed.
Like how I imagine I'm going to die. Just see like an arm come under the doorway and pull me under.
But it's gonna be furry and a kitten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aww. What a great way to die.
So
Cherry Lane, whatever.
There was one instance. There's another trailer back the way. We have some beef with them. I don't know. I don't really pay attention. The only people I have an issue with is the first house on the right. Jim's cool and Joe's cool. Then the guys across the street are pretty cool. But I don't know what their deal is, the trailer that we live next to. Because there was one day that they put up a sign that you people need some serious help. And it was like a giant, like it was probably 20 foot wide, like 10, 12 foot tall. And it was facing our house, and I'm like, well, that's a jerk move. I didn't even do anything. But I guess Caleb mowed over their lawn by 2 inches. And that set off some spiral of a rivalry between us and them.
Can we back up for a second? They either purchased or manufactured.
No, they made it themselves because it was out of orange duct tape and a piece of plywood.
Okay, so let's break this down. They manufactured a giant banner.
Yes.
That said someone else needed serious help.
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what happened.
I mean, not being involved, I think it would be hard for me to get offended by that because it's just
Yeah.
so funny. That's like the same person who says, "Ugh, I hate people who aren't self-aware." Anyway, go on.
But so yeah, they left that up for a month
Hmm.
until the rain started peeling the tape off. And so I don't remember what happened. I think my mom was like, "All right, we're gonna try to settle this." We didn't talk. We haven't spoken a word to them because they're only here like 2 days out of the week.
Yeah.
Who knows why? I don't know the details to their lives, and I don't care to know. But I guess my mom went online and downloaded the where the property line's at, and went over there with a piece of string and 2 stakes, and with spray paint marked out the property line, so Caleb can't mow over it, and neither can the other guy. And ultimately tried to settle this, but I still think to this day Caleb might kill that guy, or that guy might kill Caleb. I'm not sure which yet, but knowing Caleb, he'll probably be the first one to punch.
uh, any feud involving Caleb has to be good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Can we just like start a rumor about you guys? Can I like dress up in a business suit and knock on their door and say, "Hi, is this the Eisler home? One Caleb Eisler has won $1 million."
I don't think they know our names enough. I don't think they care. Like Jim will know us, and his brother Joe back the farthest back in Cherry Falls. They know us.
Okay.
Because my dad used to play hockey with them. But the people across the street we don't really know before we moved here, and the 2 people at the beginning of the lane we don't really know. But the third trailer on the lane, I know them decently. Because back whenever we first moved in, there was a kid named DJ. He was their grandson, and he would hang out with me and Jake. We had a good time until I think Jake and DJ had some sort of fight, and we just never hung out ever since. But like, it was the...
See, I was never really a part of drama like that. Apparently you were.
Oh yeah, I was. My childhood was like, imagine me as Jimmy Neutron.
It's horribly animated.
No.
I hate that show. Go on.
No, what do you... All right. So, the trio between me, Jake, and DJ was... I was Jimmy because of the red hair and the curl and everything, except the not smart.
He didn't have red hair.
Yeah, he did.
I'm pretty sure it was brown.
No, he had red hair. He had reddish brown hair.
Okay.
It was like auburn.
All right, Auburn.
DJ was obviously Sheen because he was the tall, lanky one. And then that leaves Jake with Carl. He didn't like llamas.
What?
He wasn't that big. But he's the only one left in this trio, so he has to be Carl. And it was exactly like that because I don't really think DJ and Jake hung out outside of whenever I was over. Because we would go out in the grass and we would play whatever. We'd play Jedi. We'd play whatever. It was awesome. And yeah. But yeah, that was the majority of my childhood, is just coming over here playing with those 2, and then eventually I don't know what happened to DJ. Like I know, his cousin Anthony lives over with his grandparents now, and Anthony's not really. We don't vibe. So I don't really hang out with him because it's like a 6-year age gap, and he's a public schooler, and I can't. Yeah.
And he acts like it.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. He does the Fortnite dances, and I don't know. I can't really attest to that. We hung out twice.
Wait,
but that was before Fortnite came out.
What? Doing the Fortnite dances makes you public schooler like?
Do you do the Fortnite dance?
No, but I thought it was.
See,
I had a higher IQ than 60.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will say, my cousin, who is a smart guy, but he's a nerd. We were playing a cornhole game, and every time he got one on the board, he would dab. I'm like, I'm a socially awkward homeschooler, so I can't tell for sure that this is stupid. But like everything in my bones says it is.
Yeah. At this point, the popularity of it has died out, so I'm like, all right, it's just another one of those memes that'll live forever, like the number 69 or the number 420.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, now I've accepted it. And mostly because anytime I see someone on the Jumbotron, it's either dabbing or it's a Fortnite dance. And one of those is a lesser of two evils, and I'm okay with one of them. Yeah. So yeah, I don't hang out with Anthony. He's a cool guy. He played on the football team for like half a season, then he left because
Your football team?
yeah, the flag football. The year after I graduated, he joined the team.
Oh, okay.
And so he ended up quitting the team for, I believe this to be the reason. I'm not entirely sure if it's the reason or not. The coach, Anthony skipped a practice to hang out with his girlfriend, which is understandable because it's a recreational church flag football league where he's not a starter.
Uh-huh.
And so
that or Swag Mama. The
Yeah.
answer's clear. Swag Mama.
yeah, so he hangs out with his girlfriend. His girlfriend's kind of cute. All right.
Keep talking.
Can we edit that out? I don't think I'm legally allowed to say that.
Why, is she younger than you?
Yeah.
Oh, 6. All right. 6-year age gap, but you're older. I was picturing him older
No.
than you. Okay. So Gabe's a pedophile now. Go on.
Yeah, all right, so now I'm a pedophile.
Happy Cotton Candy Day, Daddy. Have I told you about that?
No, what the heck did you just say?
All right. So I don't like everything about Rhett and Link anymore,
Yeah.
but they have this intern who dresses up with a cotton candy beard and hair, and his name is Cotton Candy Randy. He wears sweatpants and like a stained white T-shirt,
The heck?
and he just walks up to you and goes, "Happy Cotton Candy Day, Daddy. Would you like a sweet nothing?" Then he'll lean to your ear and go, "I like the taste of Oreos because they remind me of the texture of human bones."
What the heck? That's slightly disturbing.
I know, it's amazing.
That is, I don't know how to feel about that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, go on.
I don't remember what I was
You're a
talking
pedophile.
about. Oh, I'm a pedophile now. All right, so he hung out with his girlfriend, and the
She's
coach didn't like. All right, we're both pedophiles.
I've never seen her. You can't throw me in prison.
All right, you have point. Yes.
Yeah, I pointed.
You've pointed at least once today. So the coach didn't like that because he likes everyone to be at practice for whatever reason. He missed one practice out of the first 8 he went to. And so he made the entire team for the entirety of practice without Anthony roll across the field for an hour and a half.
He punished the rest of the team for Anthony not showing up?
Yes, which is a tactic so you can make the team hate the one guy. But when there's 10 guys on the team, it's not very effective because you still have to play with the guy because he's the third substitute into the game. If two people get hurt, he's going to be going in there because the other guy's in first grade. He's not going to do anything. He's 4 foot tall and named Levi. Like, what is he going to do?
Of course. What's a Levi to do?
He did score 2 touchdowns last season. I can't rag on him too much.
Yeah, but it's been how many years since then?
2.
Okay, so he's in second grade. Or however that works. Third
Yeah,
grade.
I think he's in 3rd grade. I don't actually know what grade he's in. He's 13? I want to say he's 13, so minus 5, that's 7. He's in 7th grade now? No, there's no way that's right. He might be in 7th grade.
Go on.
Anyway, so after that, after Anthony heard about the punishment the team ensued, he just said, "All right, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. If he's really that concerned about practice time, why would he make them waste an entire practice rolling across the field? Because that, 1, it doesn't develop any muscles. 2, it actually isn't that punishing. And 3, every practice, the only thing we practice is offensive plays."
What?
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
And so he's like, all right, that doesn't make any sense. So I think he went to one more practice and they ran a lot of suicides. Do you know what wind sprints are?
Mm-hmm. Suicides.
For those of you at home that don't know, what my coach did is every 5 yards there's a marker.
Oh, 5 yards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's murder.
Well, it builds muscle memory because our plays are designed for like 5-yard cut-ins, 10-yard cut-ins, 15-yard cut-ins. So it builds muscle memory for stopping and starting so much. So you'd start at the baseline, you touch 5 yard, you come back, touch base, go to 10 yard line, come back, touch base, go to 15 yard line, come back, touch base. I think go up to 20 and come back, touch base. We rest for 45 seconds, do it again. And whenever I played, we did it 6 times. The practice Anthony came back, they did it 8 to 10 times, which absolutely destroys your lungs, but it also kind of gets you in shape. But it never worked for me, even though more times than not in practice, I did almost, if not, vomit. Like, I pushed myself as hard as I could every practice.
Nice.
Especially whenever I was in high school, because I was the number 2 receiver and, like, the number 2 lineman. So every other play, I'd be a lineman. Every other play, I'd be a wide receiver, because we don't have any talent on that team. It wasn't almost entire. It's not because I'm good. It's just because I'm better than most when it came to a very closed talent pool. And yeah, we don't go very far in that league. We're the homeschool group, so like that's even more of a limited talent pool.
Yeah.
And everyone else is a high school that can't get into a competitive division in high school. So we play against like the worst of the high school teams, but that's still a pretty good talent pool compared to people that don't see the sun. But yeah, so Anthony quit the team. I don't hang out with him. But yeah, DJ, and Jake hung out a lot.
We go back to, what was that guy's name? Clayton Kershaw, your one neighbor. The older brother of Jake. What was his name?
Christian?
Yeah, Christian. Who start with a C?
Yeah, Christian.
Well, he said, "How do I be a better neighbor?" In a depressed tone.
I'm assuming he got told off by the neighbors that keep bragging on us for speed on the because they're the main. They'll fix the guy is cool. I don't like the wife. Because she's, more times than not, she's the one that comes out and is like, you need to slow down. I can't do her impression. I'm not a girl. But the guy is cool. He fixes the road most of the time because he's the guy with the tools to do it. And like last Saturday, he was out fixing a lot of the potholes.
Yeah.
So he's cool. I like him. But I don't like the wife. That's what it all boils down to. And I don't think Christian did either, because Christian, he moved. I don't know where he moved to. He's going to trade school now for welding, according to Jake. Because me and Jake now work together, which was the most bizarre thing ever. That was real weird. Like 2 weeks after I first started FedEx, my mom came home like, "Do you work with Jake?" I'm like, "Jake who?" "Our old neighbor Jake." We still don't know his last name. I don't understand how neither of us know his last name. He's like, "Yeah, our old neighbor Jake." I'm like, "I don't think so." "Well, he says he works at FedEx, the same shift you do." Like, how do you know that? Is it true? Did he? Have you been with Jake? I didn't say that, but my mom's like, "No, he comes into the bakery a lot at Giant Eagle." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I see how it is." And so the next morning I went in there, I immediately saw him. And I'm like, I like start pointing at him. I'm like, "Wait, Jake?" And he's like, as soon as we make eye contact, he's like, "Yay!" I'm like, "Oh my gosh, it is Jake." I'm putting in my 2 weeks. But no, eventually we got put on adjacent workstations, so we see each other like every day. It's pretty cool.
Nice. I
don't remember what he's going to school for now. He talked about being a game warden, but I think he's going into medical school. I'm not entirely sure.
Feel very different.
Yeah. He's going to BC3 for something. That's the entirety of my knowledge.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, Julia's graduating high school this year.
Yeah.
And guess which college she wants to go to?
BC3.
Yeah.
Well, that's just the common choice around here, because you can get all of your your base studies out of the way.
I know. It's just I thought I'd
it links it together.
So she's already babysitting where I work. I work at my church, and there's babysitting there. So I see her whenever I work Tuesdays or Thursdays.
Yeah,
I see her.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
It's
I mean,
haunting a little bit, right?
it's like I don't I don't know how to react because I'm trying to be polite now and wave, but
Sorry, I got distracted. The DVD symbol almost hit the corner.
uh-huh.
So you get distracted.
No,
What?
you get distracted, Gabe.
Sorry, I didn't rewind enough. My brain's like a VHS tape.
Anyway, I didn't think I'd have to bump into her anymore, but she's going into nursing or something, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get an English major.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel ya. Isn't that what we were gonna name Mrs. Sanderson? Ophelia?
Athelia. You, even in the behind the scenes that day, you said it's Ophelia, right? No, Ophelia is not a real name. It's Ophelia.
No, Ophelia. Like I feel ya. I am hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, that's whenever all of our attendance drops off right there. We'll look at the graph later on.
So
yeah.
I haven't really talked about feuds. I really haven't been in any except one.
Like of the family variety.
Right.
Harvey. Such a good bit. It makes no sense, but
Whatever.
Sorry, I won't look at it now.
This is for the audience to look at when they get bored with us talking. It's not for us.
Well, I got bored of me talking.
I've been in one. Do you remember Jake Osharzak?
Zach and Cody?
No, not my cousin.
Oh, no.
Their last name was Osharzak, and it was spelled like and you pronounce it Osharzak.
Wait. Did Jake have like black curly hair?
No.
No, I don't know him.
Black curly? I don't know a Jake with black curly hair.
I played baseball with him once, and I thought you might.
Oh, Jake!
have...
Yeah. He was short.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake. I like Jake.
Jake's cool.
But Jake Osharzak, he I don't remember why we were feuding or we were on the outs, but
yeah,
he came to. His mom liked fads, and homeschooling was a fad for her.
Oh.
So she like pulled them out of school just so she could homeschool them for 2 years, and then he's like, nah, back into school.
Huh.
So anyway, Jake and I didn't. He was like the one kid I couldn't get along with, and that's not even true. But anyway,
Yeah.
he did something to piss me off, and I'm just like steaming in a corner. I was like, know what? My anger has to go somewhere. So I picked up a tennis ball and threw it as hard as I could at him, just as he ducked, because I was aiming for his waist.
Yeah.
Just as he ducked, I hit him right in the temple.
I have a story like that
and
too.
He was like, "All right, it's go time." And it was exactly. It was just as intimidating as you expect an 11-year-old yelling "It's go time" at you to be.
It's like Lucas from Good Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's go time.
Yeah,
so
like that.
We like. I don't remember what the fight looked like, but it was very intense in my mind.
It's probably like one of what you would picture like a kiddie fight.
Yeah, like the slap fight.
Like the slap fights.
But he did kick me. He like scraped my torso. But anyway.
So you actually got into an actual fight?
No.
Whoa.
No, it was not an actual
You're a
fight.
bad boy.
Shut your mouth, ginger man.
Well, when you're at homeschool, that's as close to a real fight as you get.
It's true. Especially when you're me. But I was raised to be the bigger man, so like a few minutes later I cooled down. I was like, I apologize. Feel free to pat me on the back. But yeah, that's like the closest thing to a feud I ever got to, outside of the fights I've had with Luke, which don't count.
Yeah, which we do. I think we have one of those recorded from yours or Drew's graduation.
Oh no! I'm talking about an actual. I'm
fist
mad
fight?
at you. Yeah.
Yeah. I could not see Luke being in a fist fight. I can't. I just can't.
Let's move on. Casey listens.
No, 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 no.
All I'll say is I picture him making the sound effects. All right, now,
Yeah, all right. Now I can see him in a fight. Anyway,
so some tennis ball fight. What were you thinking of when I said that?
oh, I used to be friends back whenever I was like 5 or 6 before we went to gym class. My mom was trying to find friends for me because I had no friends, and so we're like, all
Seriously,
right,
that happened?
yeah.
Huh.
Because whenever I was real little, I used to have a friend named Abby.
Was this the first crushal?
Not really.
You told a story on one of the podcasts.
No, that was Haley. That was
Haley
different.
Versus, and there was an Isaac there or something.
Yeah, Isaiah.
Oh, Isaiah. Yeah.
Yeah, I get. All right, so this. Never mind. That's a later story.
Yeah.
I finally found self control. I'm so happy right now. Yeah,
Abby.
my first friend was Abby. We were friends up till I was like 4.5, 5 years old.
Yeah.
Then something happened, and my mom and her mom just stopped hanging out. And so my next pair of friends, because Caleb was there at the time, because he was 2 years younger than me, so he would have been like 3 or 4. But I don't remember. I don't know if you remember, but Caleb couldn't like actually form sentences until he was like 9 or 10 years old.
Yeah, it took me a while to understand him.
It's like, the bass man's mumbles or whatever that guy's.
Pound on a corner.
Yeah, well, Caleb would talk like that.
No, he wouldn't.
He would talk roughly like that.
It was more like, not to be rude to Caleb, it was more like the middle part of his tongue was stuck to the roof of his mouth.
Yeah, I can see what you're talking. A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
But he's higher pitch and such. It's kind of like whenever you put peanut butter on the roof of a dog of a mouth.
Yeah. Tauba baba hooba. But he's better now, and he's handsome.
Well, he's one of those things.
Yeah, handsome.
Sure. And so, mom was like, "All right, so I should probably." She was probably talking to my dad, and I assumed the conversation went something like this. Yeah, Caleb and Gabe need a friend. So, just we went to every Monday. I think there was story time at the North Trails Library.
Ugh, the best place to find friends.
And so my mom found another mom with 2 kids roughly our age, and so we hung out because of course we would. They were into dirt bikes and cars. I was into Star Wars and beating people up.
What?
So I was one of those things. So we really didn't have any common interests apart from video games.
That's something.
And so, like, I would go dirt bike riding on the back of his quad. So not dirt bike riding.
Just say off-roading.
So we went. Me and Lucas was the older guy's name. Then Kyle was the younger one. So Kyle and Caleb would hang out inside playing Monster Truck or whatever. And so I'd go out with Luke and ride the dirt bike trails with him on his quad. But he would never wear a shirt. And of course, I'm gonna be the girl because it's his quad.
Yeah.
So I have to hang on to his like veiny like rib cage. For some reason, he was always smolderingly hot. Not in like the hotness scale, but like temperature wise, he was always at least 98 to 105 fever degree temperature.
So your palms were always sweaty?
His chest was more sweaty than my hands were, to set the record straight. But yeah, so like for like 40 minutes to like half an hour to 45 to 50 minutes, every time I'd go over there, we would have.
Wait, how old were you?
Like 5 or 6.
Oh, your mom was a lot braver than mine. You would never let me on a quad.
Oh yeah, after my mom learned about that, she didn't let me do it, but we did it anyway because it was fun.
Yeah.
And I trusted Luke for no reason. Like, we didn't wear helmets. He didn't even wear a shirt. Oh my gosh, that was such a stupid. I would not want to be my parent in that scenario. But I'm not, so it's okay. So anyway, we're on the trails, and it's just awkward hugging another man from behind. It was so like, I would not. No.
Yeah.
I'll never be the girl again. I don't care. I'll buy my own dirt bike. No. Um, but yeah, so me, Lucas, Kyle, and Caleb would always hang out. And there was just one day we were playing Swords, and we went to see Disney on Ice one year, and we came back with a souvenir, which was it was basically the Power Strike Nerf sword, the black one,
Yeah.
but made out of plastic,
Like solid plastic?
solid plastic, not solid plastic. It was hollow on the inside because it's a souvenir from.
So it was more fragile than the Nerf swords.
It wasn't fragile. It wouldn't break. It would bend though a lot, and it came with a sheath that actually was really effective at being a sheath.
Oh, that's cool.
But if you swing it with the sheath on there, it shoots it like a gun. So
I remember this. I remember you doing this.
So I told Lucas, "Hey Luke, I can shoot my sword. Can you shoot your sword?" Like bragging, like I was all full of myself. And he's like, "No, you can't do that." I'm like, "Sure I can. Watch." We're in the garage at this point. So I just swing it at the wall, and it curves straight into his right eye. I could not make this up. It just like, blood quenching scream. Or blood curdling, whatever you want to call it. Like, he was just like the loudest. He didn't cry, but he screamed for a long period of time. A long, like, just. And eventually, his mom comes out because it's a siren. And so she comes out and she's like, "What happened?" She takes him inside. My mom comes out because they were doing laundry something together. Because our laundry machine was broken at the time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, like, that's the most mom thing.
Yeah. And so she comes out and she's like, "What happened? You're not bleeding." Normally you're the one bleeding. And so I'm like, "Well, what happened was..." And then I tell her the story. She's like, "All right, we should probably leave." And so we left and we never hung out after that.
Huh.
We did play against each other in baseball every now and then because we were the same age, and he played for West Sunbury and I didn't because I represented my not home colors Prospect.
Yeah.
Represented my dad's home colors.
You born around here?
Yeah, he was born in Prospect.
I didn't know that.
He was born and raised out here. Yeah, you pass both houses he lives in on the way to your house from here.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I'll have to show you where he used to live at one point. I don't think there's a house back there anymore though. But his driveway is still there.
Huh, okay.
But yeah. Kyle and Luke both did, I think their last name was Pry, because his dad owned like a towing company. Maybe it was his uncle. Because there's Pry Towing in Slippery Rock.
Was Kyle like a year older than you?
No, he was younger.
Okay.
He was the same age as Caleb.
Because I played with a T-ball with a Kyle, I think.
I know which Kyle you're talking about.
Yeah, we always talk about him.
Yeah, it's strange. I know nothing about. I've never talked to him, but
Really?
I know of him,
Huh.
and it's weird how much we talk about him.
I need to pull out the old
The old team photo.
team pictures.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could still name everybody.
Oh, I think I could. No,
Yeah,
maybe.
because I've found them like. Let's see. I think your name was Austin, and I think your name was Austin, and I think your name was Austin, and this girl, I think her name was Austin too. I had a lot of Austins on my team.
His name is Olaf, and his name is Olaf. And
So let me guess. Your name must be.
that's right, I'm Gorton. Such a dumb bit.
I love it.
It's great. Yeah.
So
I don't
anyway,
know.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle was an interesting one. I remember there was one year this guy named. This was the best insult I've heard up till I can remember.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best joke I've ever heard. During one of the baseball games I was in, it was the one before. There's Pony Major than Minor League. I was in Minor League.
Yeah.
And so I was playing with Cole Guy,
Yeah, cool guy.
all of them, and there's this big kid named Noah. He was the catcher because he couldn't run very
What was
well.
his last name?
I don't know. He had
Hastings?
blonde hair, like down to his
Was
shoulders.
he big?
Yeah, he was huge.
I think I played with him.
But like Cole Guy was like, because I think Cole Guy and Noah were the same age roughly. So if he did play with you, he'd play like one season with you, then play one season with me, then one season with you, one with me.
No, it was older than me.
Okay.
I guess that wouldn't make sense why he'd be playing with you then.
All right, so I just remember this one baseball game. I don't remember anything else outside of my baseball career except like a few playoff moments. Um, I just remember sitting in the dugout watching the game happen, and I remember Noah always hugged the fence. He was the biggest guy on the team. He'd always hug the fence in the cage, and he would take up so much space
And the dugout.
in the dugout. And I just remember one day, like halfway through the season, Cole got upset because every time he'd come in the dugout, he'd just hold on to the fence and take up like half the viewing range. And so I just remember Cole guys say, "Hey Noah, you make a better door than a window, right?" I'm like, that is amazing. I'm stealing that, and I never used it since. Cause yeah,
Make a better door than a window. Oh,
I came from like a 14-year-old.
that's
like,
pretty great.
That's pretty great.
That's something you hear from your uncle that your mom doesn't like you to hang out with.
Yeah. But yeah. So do you have any baseball stories?
Oh, maybe. I really enjoyed baseball. I was always the quiet kid, so I never maintained any friends that I had
Yeah.
from that. Except one kid, Sosa. We called him by his last name, Sosa. He was like some kind of Hispanic kid, and he was the coolest. He was the funniest guy.
Yeah.
Like my main memory. I think I've told you this before, but my main memory of him was us screaming, "We are the champions!" while we were losing from the dugout.
You might have lost in the score, but you won in morale.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he was so funny. And then after, let's see, I switched to a different team, or he did, one or the other. I didn't see him for a couple years, and then my last year we played together again,
Yeah.
and he was a lot more public school at that point. And I just remember him beatboxing and him slowly waggling his finger and getting closer to my face and like stroking my cheek, just like. So just like imagine a charmed snake, but it's his hand like going all over your face, and I'm like, usually I'd be aroused by this, but I didn't want a curly-haired Hispanic doing this to me.
Shush, you talk too much. I don't know what that accent was.
But yeah, his dad was super fun too. We could hung out and whatever.
Did he talk like a gangster from Mexico? Like, hey man.
No, he was just darker complexion. They both.
Oh, okay.
If you talked to him on the phone, you wouldn't be able to tell.
So like their dialects are just
Yeah,
Northern
yeah, yeah.
American.
But yeah, Sosa, he was a lot of fun. He
Sounds like it.
No, back before he became public school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we could joke. I felt at home in his arms.
Felt at home in his arms.
Yeah. Any other baseball stories? Cool
Well,
guy.
Did you ever make it anywhere in like the playoffs? Were you guys like decent, or were you like above, below average?
I have been on never win a game teams more often than I would like to admit,
Yeah.
or one win game seasons.
Uh-huh.
But one glorious year, we made it to the championship game,
Yeah.
and we lost by a run in the last inning. Like it was a walk-off single or something like that. And it was a night game at East Butler. Have you played those fields
yeah.
with the big the green giant or whatever?
Yeah.
That big fence.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of fun, but that was the year I was younger I was the younger one on the team.
Yeah.
So I didn't play as much.
Mm.
But it was a lot of fun. Did you play for, you probably missed Coach Rockburn?
No, I had the same coach going through all of baseball.
Oh, you did.
I had
What was his name? Well, Rod Guy was your coach at one point, right?
he was never my coach.
Really?
There's a guy named Cole Walker. His dad Chuck was my coach.
Huh.
He was Larry the Cable Guy, but 4 foot tall. And that is an amazing combination because he is an amazing guy. And then the head coach was there's Hunter Prementine's dad, Jason.
Hunter Prementine.
Yeah, he was the same age as me.
Sounds familiar.
I've probably talked about him before.
Did he have an older brother?
He might have. I don't know. I don't know much about Hunter. We never talked. He was too cool for me.
Can we Google them real quick?
Possibly. I think I'm friends with him on Facebook.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I played with a Prementine. It's not. Oh, it's on that screen. Okay. There was Hunter Prementine, and then
He played basketball? One game. No go.
does he have a? See if you can find his brother. Prementine. That sounds so familiar. Riley? Who's Riley, Gabe? Hmm. Man, I've never stalked my old teammates before. We should do that. Hmm. There's not like a family tab or anything on here.
Literally.
Brady. Yeah, it might have been Brady. Keep going.
Swag.
I did play with a Brady. I don't know what his last name was. Hmm. That is interesting. Clementine. What's his last name? Those two. Yeah. Okay. See, that girl is the type of girl I would follow head over heels for back in the day. Yeah, those glasses.
Yeah, he always had it. About
That's amazing.
Always had it.
That's amazing. Huh.
Wait, yeah.
I really want to stalk some of my teammates after eventually. Maybe we could look for a cool guy and just spread out from there.
Yeah. I mean, we could always just go to his house. He lives that way, like
Does he?
2 minutes.
Well, he's probably in college or something.
No, we're going.
Okay, let's go. Dude, his older sister. Did you meet Jocelyn?
No.
We played. She was.
That face tells me just about everything I need to know about her.
Yeah. So, she was older than everyone on the team, but she still played with us because girl.
Yeah.
In t-ball.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
still the worst on the team. But anyway,
'Cause
sexism regardless.
She was a woman, right?
Because she was a woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she would try to hit the ball with a soup ladle. Because that's where she spent her time. Anyway.
Yeah, that's where expertise lie.
Yeah.
Such a horrible joke, but it's funny for people.
Yeah, she would
that
catch
aren't
the ball
women.
with a laundry hamper. I apologize.
No, you don't.
You're right. So, but she was the cutest.
Yeah.
but it wasn't meant to be, you know. Just when you're t-ball.
When you're a t-ball.
So I was like that year I played with I met Cole in t-ball,
Yeah.
and I played with his sister and Cole, and I can't remember. I think Kyle was on the team.
Okay.
Not yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was the year I was introduced to cooties. Cause
Yeah.
like I was never really grossed out by girls. Just like I always had the yes please inside me.
I think every guy does at that age. They just like, I mean, if everyone else thinks girls are gross, I gotta think so too, right?
I guess.
It was like a peer pressure thing from the parents.
Or they whenever parents or like older siblings would go, "Ooh, you like blah blah blah. You're a blah blah."
No, I don't!
Yeah, just the way they said, you automatically think
They're making fun of me.
that it's a bad thing, or you don't know what to think of it, and any mention of it makes you embarrassed. That's probably closer to the truth there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember this vividly. It was like Cole said something about cooties, and I was like, "What? Who are you gonna marry?" That's how innocent I was.
Yeah. You got a point there. Who would
Exactly.
you marry?
Yeah, because you
Is-
gotta get married, right?
If this is all sparked from the parents, is that why there's more gay people now? Mom!
Moms created gays.
My gosh.
That's a good T-shirt.
Mom created the gays. Which is technically true because without mothers, we have nobody. Because.
Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks. How do you like that, Obama?
But yeah,
but yeah.
that was the only year I played with her.
So speaking of girls, do you have any new girl stories?
Yes, but
Yeah?
you didn't seem to want to talk about.
Go on.
No.
Yes.
Uh,
Opposite of no.
You want to hear about my Zoe stories?
Oh.
You never acted like that was something you wanted shared.
I mean, it's your story to tell.
Nah.
All right,
Maybe
fine.
maybe
whatever.
later. Unless you're adamant that you want this shared,
I don't know, because
because you're still friends.
I haven't heard any story from either of you. So it leaves that hole of absence of story.
I'll just say, I was Susan, and I felt bad. I still feel bad because of it, and I don't know how to go from here. I'll leave it at that.
Interesting. Let's go see the Lego movie. 2.
What?
Yeah, there's gonna be a second one.
No,
You knew this.
there was already a second one.
Is there? Did it already come out? I haven't seen it. It did come out, didn't it?
Yeah. What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
And we saw Lego Batman with Meg, but that's
That's what I was sparking this off of.
Oh,
Because that was the most awkward experience I've ever had with
I
another
had a
human
great
being.
time.
Well, like,
All right, tell a story.
there really isn't one.
I want to hear it from your perspective.
All right, so I remember me, you, and Luke. I think Sam tagged along.
No,
we were all-
Drew was there. I don't think it was Luke or Sam.
Oh, I was thinking of a different time. I was thinking of a different story. So me, Scott, Luke, and then Drew all were planning to go see the Lego movie. And like, let's just add Meg onto it because sure,
girlfriend.
they'll get to meet her and get to hang out a bit.
Uh-huh.
And then Meg sent back a text saying, "I'm not allowed to hang out with guys. Can my mom come? Because then it'll
Wait!
be fine."
Didn't you guys hang out before?
Yeah,
Just the two of you?
yeah,
But she's not allowed to hang out with guys?
yeah,
Huh.
yeah.
I'm intimidating to mothers.
So, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And I throw it by you guys. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And so I bring
Which
it.
I think that text was your announcement to me that you had a girlfriend.
Was it?
It might have been. I don't know. It was
It was
still
rough-
very new to me.
Yeah, it was within the same week,
Probably.
roughly. Because I think you knew we were friends, but not girlfriend, boyfriend yet.
Maybe?
Because I know I talked to you about her with the story like once or twice before that, but it wasn't anything big.
Yeah.
I didn't give her a name.
Yeah.
That's probably why. And so eventually the date rolls around and we all meet up. I didn't have a ride at that point because I couldn't drive. So I rode with Meg and her mom. And then I got in the car and I realized, hey, Noah's here as well.
Yay!
And so now it's everybody but their dad coming to the movies with me and my friends to Lego Batman the movie.
All right, let's pause for a second and think about how Meg would feel. That's like the worst thing you can do to your daughter. I mean, yes, you want to protect your daughter, but from our standpoint, we're us, and we're like
we were all homeschooled the same way.
Yeah, we're not
all
not
six
very
of us.
Threatening.
Yeah, the most threatening we'll get is maybe we'll stab a pencil in your thigh.
Or else, what?
What?
No.
What do you mean no?
Well, I'll throw a tennis ball at your temple. That's about
okay.
as.
And I'll sling a sheath at your face.
Yeah. Not even the sword.
Not the sword, but the sheath.
Yeah. So let's all have a moment of silence for Meg's feelings. Okay.
That was enough.
All right, go on.
So we're all in the car. We're driving there. We get there. I don't remember what happened. We watch the movie. We get out. We stand around for like 8-9 minutes. It felt like an eternity. And we talk. And Meg's mom tries to include herself in the conversation of 5 high school guys, 6 high school guys, because Noah was there, but he wasn't really involved, but he was in the group.
I don't even know if were you in high school?
Yeah, it was my second year.
So it was the 4 of us.
Yeah.
Because no, 5. Me, Luke, you, Drew. Okay, so
Noah
was not in high school.
Yeah, he was.
All right, fine. He was in high school. He looked like a baby to me. Even
no, he totally wasn't. But for the sake of the story, it was 5 high school guys and a high school girl, and someone's mom at the movies conversing about the Lego movie starring Batman in Lego form. I don't remember the conversation. I just remember being like, can this be over?
Yeah, I remember you looking a little uncomfortable, and I was in a very me mood that day.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm making all these jokes and laughing. First of all, laughing that I felt good because Noah thought we were cool.
Yeah, Noah thinks we're awesome. That's to this day.
And also just knowing completely that me, an acne-ridden kid with duct tape on his shoes,
Did we all have duct tape on your shoes?
Probably. Luke might not have because
he's Luke. All right, I have a Luke story after this. Go on.
Just me making this mom feel uncomfortable and like.
Oh, I don't think she felt uncomfortable.
No? Well,
No,
she looked confused. I would explain a joke to her and she would go, "Oh."
Well, that's what every parent does. Like, I've tried to show my mom memes before, and there's a few that she'll understand, but there's others that are like, but Pluto is a planet still. Like, she'll have like a genuine reaction to it. I'm like, it's a joke. Just laugh. Just please. just pity laugh, please.
Yeah. My mom's that way too. I got her multiple times with Updog within the same week.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that. I was proud of you. Because Updog's a hard one to pull off.
Yeah.
It's almost like Sugma. We're not going down that road anyway.
Terrell Sugma.
Yeah, Terrell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Does he still play for the Ravens?
I don't know.
He's a scary man.
I'd assume he would.
Yeah.
Snap a guy in half like sparrow egg between thigh.
He's not. He's the guy you don't want to drop the soap in front of.
Yeah. Especially in your own house.
Just because it's embarrassing. Not for any other reason. It's
Yeah.
just like, oh, I want to impress him.
Yeah, you're so... Yeah.
Not for any other reason that may or may not pertain to prison.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, obviously. So go on, Luke's story.
All right, so Luke at work...
Wait, are we done with the movie story?
Pretty much. I mean,
Okay.
After that, we just got in the car, ate a sandwich, went home.
Oh, you kept hanging out with him.
No, well, on the car ride home, we hung out because I was kind of stuck in their vehicle.
Right.
And then they dropped me off at home, and then they went home.
Oh, wait, we forgot the most important detail.
Dang it.
Come on, man. It's the funniest part.
It's so all right. So there's a Flintstone rocking chair quarter ride, if you know what I mean. I don't know how else to explain it. You put a quarter in and it like moderately tilts you back and forth. I'm like, I don't remember what happened to the leading up to the moment. Do you have any idea about details?
It was probably... All right, here's what I want to have happened. This is me imposing on the past. I want me to have been like, oh my gosh, look at that ride. One of us should totally get on there. And then it's slowly her mom going, yeah, that's a great idea. Like, Meg, you should sit on Gabe's lap on there. And I'll take a picture. Because that's what happened.
I 100% believe that's what happened.
Yeah. And me like, wait, I want it to be funny, a funny bro thing, and now it's like
weird.
A thing where a baby little girl sitting on my bro's lap. and I'm not entirely sure
how you feel about it.
How I feel about it.
I didn't know how I felt about it.
Yeah.
All I remember is seeing the picture like a week later, and I'm like, well, that happened.
Yeah. Do you still have it?
I don't. Maybe.
Is it in the Meg tab? the Meg notes?
Oh, that reminds me about Lost Things. I found another external hard drive that I didn't know I had.
Oh, yeah?
And it has double-edged on it.
Yay! Wait, double-edged?
Yeah. The playthrough we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were looking for Dark Valentine, though.
It has both, because it's the same recording.
Whee! Sweet.
So I can finish both those series and start one of them.
I just want to see me rage. Go on.
Same. So yeah, I don't know how, I don't know when. Last night when I was cleaning the room, I just found another external hard drive, and as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I do have another one. I wasn't crazy. I think I have 4 now, which I thought I only had 3.
Yeah.
But it didn't count my recent purchase of the 8 terabyte one.
So that's a good lesson, kids. If you want to have new things,
just will it into existence.
No, clean your room and you'll rediscover things, and it'll be the same as new.
Moms, you can PayPal us any money they find.
So that was at the end of the...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all the events that happened for the Lego Batman movie date.
Yeah.
With you guys. So the Luke story that transpired from the not Luke wearing duct tape on his shoes was at work.
This is a news story.
At work, there's a conveyor belt, and on the side of the conveyor belt, there is a 90-degree elbow of a metal, not sure what you'd call it. It's not a slider. It's just a metal bar to keep you from hitting the conveyor belt. So,
It's a railing?
Yeah, it's like a railing.
Okay.
And inside that railing, there is a red cord that you pull and it'll emergency stop the belt, because if anything gets caught in there, you have to stop because it's not stopping for you. So that guards the cord. And because it sticks out 4 or 5 inches from the belt, a lot of the times you lean on the belt, grab the box, slide it off into your arms. And so Luke's pants got a hole 3 weeks into the job, and it's like right around the knee area. So his thought process wasn't, let's get new pants. It's, let's get a knee pad, like a volleyball white knee pad. And I'm making fun of him right now if he's listening, because that is, just buy new pants or don't worry about it, because everyone there has holes in their pants. Me especially. Friday, I think it was, 2 guys didn't show up, so I did 10 trucks.
Oh boy.
And it wasn't that bad. It actually, I mean, if I thought about it, it was bad, but if I just kept my head down and pushed through it, it wasn't too bad.
Yeah. Well, these are still the easy months, right? This is March.
No, tax returns and everyone gets money, and people spend money they have now. So
True.
This is the second Christmas time. And so, a lot of the times I'll swing underneath the belt, because there's like a 3-4 foot gap underneath it.
Yeah.
So, because you can put boxes under there if there's not enough room in the truck, so drivers can organize and such. So instead of walking down and around the belt to get to the 3 trucks on the other side, I'll just swing down underneath. And underneath there's a grate. It's not just a metal. It's not like a metal floor. It's just a grate.
Okay.
So I slid underneath, and my wallet grabbed onto the grate and ripped my entire back left pocket off of my pants due to momentum.
Holy crap.
I was Tarzan on Friday, so I was just boom, and I rip my back pocket open. I'm like, my keys are under the belt now. Shoot. And so that is the most disgusting place. I will never, if I lose my keys, that sucks. I will walk home. It is the most disgusting thing under there.
Ooh.
So Luke rips a hole in his pants, and his intent is to wear a volleyball knee pad, which he has for the past 5 months.
Uh-huh.
And I don't understand it, but you know what? Sure.
But why is that a weird thing?
Because. Would you?
Maybe?
It looks. I'll put it. I won't use my own words to describe it and how I feel. I will use someone else's words to describe how they feel.
Uh-huh.
One of my oldest coworkers there came up to me and he's like, "Hey, that dude with the black hat looks like Latang. Like, what's up with the volleyball pad? It screams, I have a vagina." And I'm like, it does, doesn't it?
Ah.
And like, I just agreed with him because I didn't care to talk to him at the point.
Huh.
So I was just like, all right, we're done with the shift. I want to go home. But I'm like, that is the greatest insult I have ever heard about that specific topic.
Outside of you make a better door than a window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's second in charge to the top jokes I've ever heard.
I mean, I don't see. I mean, if you had tactical pants on, it might match.
True. Like my work pants that I wear the most to work, like I'll wear those pants probably 4-5 times a week.
Yeah.
And they have a hole on the upper left thigh, like right below the underwear line. I don't have a back left pocket anymore. I have a hole in my right knee, my left knee, and then I think down on my calf somewhere.
Mm.
And I just don't care. Because I got the legs to pull it off. Because they sell jeans now with the tears in it, which I don't understand because that just happens naturally.
Yeah. If you're a country boy enough, it happens naturally.
Yeah, it's like the pants that are already broken in.
Right.
Like, I'll just do that myself. Thank you very much.
It's like buying the shoes with the duct tape already on them.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
I do remember you doing that now.
Yeah.
all just like 7 wraps around the toe. Is that what you did? Yeah.
That and I would inlay the sole with duct tape so the soles would last longer.
Oh, okay. I never had a problem with the sole.
Well, yeah, my pair of shoes of choice were the skater boy flat bottoms.
Oh yeah.
Because the toes had so much extra leather and such. Because to do a kickflip, you got to drag your toe on sandpaper, essentially. So that's why the toes always were beefier, which I really liked. And I still wear. It's the Heeley style without the ramp on your
skater
heel.
shoes.
Yeah. Which I still roll with that style because of the added leather to like the tip of the toes, you won't get a hole up there, but your heels will break open first. I did learn that after like 12 years with one pair of shoes. Yeah. I'll never understand girls with more than one pair of shoes, like more than 5 pairs of shoes. Like, do you get that?
Yeah.
Well, that makes one of us.
Well, you know.
Because you got, all right, so here's my lineup of if I did buy more than like 3 pairs of shoes, like this would be my lineup. I have my work shoes, my work boots, another pair of work shoes, cleats.
Yep. I mean, that's what I had.
Yeah.
Well, see, it's impractical for us because we're guys.
Yeah.
To have
exactly
1,000 shoes, but for girls, it's completely practical because they want to look pretty.
I mean, I understand wanting to match an outfit.
It's more than that. It's more than
like
that.
You can get universally matching like black shoes.
That's boring.
What is it?
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
Well, all right. I'm trying to think of things you accessorize. Your keyboard lights up. Ha!
Yeah, it's because I can't turn it off. I hate LEDs.
I don't know. I mean, girls, it never.
Like I get wanting to have a color scheme in clothing, but at the
why
same
did they
time,
have that to begin with?
Because it looks sleek.
And why would they care about that?
I don't know.
Because they're girls.
Girls. Well, like I understand, like because your color palette's supposed to be black, white, then a primary color, like red, blue, yellow, green.
Yeah.
Or color of choice, essentially.
Okay.
And you shouldn't have 4 colors because there's a clash no matter what.
unless that's your intent.
So, following that rule, if you just have black or white shoes and black and white belts, you can easily match with that by having your clothing, whether it's a dress or like a shirt, pants, whatever,
Yeah.
just being the same primary color, or one being white, one being black.
Yeah, but that's practical.
Exactly.
That's like guy thinking.
Exactly. It's this is fashion from a homeschooled high graduate.
Yeah.
I didn't give up, and I kind of regret it a little bit 'cause I haven't needed my diploma ever.
What?
I haven't needed to know anything from high school this far,
Yeah. Well.
and I don't think I ever will.
Hmm.
Because the only thing I use on a daily basis is basic math.
And I completely forgot that.
Like,
But anyway.
yeah.
So
Anyway.
girls. So like. So here's the thing.
Yeah,
Girls want to bring beauty into the world, right?
sure,
They like flowers. They like to dress pretty.
sure.
What do you mean, sure? They like to decorate rooms. They like to have fancy tea parties, whatever.
But why do they want to do that? Is it because they're bored?
It's because how they were made.
Is it because they're bored? All right, so look at the spectrum. Guys play video games to entertain themselves. Girls do not. That is an entire chunk of the population that is entertained by one sole thing, and the other half is not,
okay.
for the most part.
Sure.
There's like 8 gamer girls in America or
Right,
whatever
yeah.
it is. You know the statistic.
Uh huh.
So,
Which point?
what do they do with the free time? Like, all the time I spend on my computer, what does a girl do
Well,
that I don't?
let's see. Popular social media sites for girls are Snapchat and Instagram, which is mostly image based.
Yeah.
And what a lot of the things you see in images are beautiful things, beautiful meals, beautiful makeup things,
Yeah.
craft designs. Pinterest is another one.
That is very true.
So it's a girl's desire to bring beauty into the world, and it's the guy's desire to take that beauty. We like to eat.
And make it blow up.
Well, that too. Well, fire's beautiful.
It is very
in a
beautiful.
destructive sort of way.
Yeah.
But no, like guys like girls, they're pretty. Right?
Yeah.
They're pretty neat.
Sure. They're neat,
Yeah, they like to eat.
I guess.
So we like to eat the food that they make. This sounds very sexist, but I don't mean it to be.
No, keep going.
All right. And like the pretty clothes drawing girls,
Yeah.
So it's a helpful match, Does that make sense?
No.
All right, fair enough.
Because if I was a girl, I don't know. Like, I guess I could see it. It's like I know a few girls and what they do on their free time. Like Kylie, she's really into makeup, so she'll like practice different like styles and such.
Sure.
That's like a sports player trying out new tricks,
Yeah.
like new dangles and such. That's the best analogy I've ever come up
That's
with.
pretty great.
Mom, give me money, please. I want ramen.
They appreciate the technique of the
Yeah.
specific crafts that they're into.
Yeah. Like Zoe draws a lot on her free time. I don't know what Megan does. I don't know what Maddie does.
Well, one
They-
of them likes to create lies about you, apparently.
They exist, and that's the extent of it.
Yeah.
That is the deep dive on their social life.
Uh huh.
So yeah, I can
But Zoe, what else does Zoe like? She likes.
like she games a little bit.
Eh,
That feels like maybe a quarter, maybe an eighth of her day.
yeah.
But yeah, because where Zoe and Abby are right now in their gaming lives are where we were at when we were 8 and 10. Where you play a game and you're limited to that game, so you make up games inside the game and make memories out of it.
We do that with Thieves.
Yeah, exactly.
But we're not 8.
Well, yeah, but Thieves is different. That's a sandbox game. Like Lego
Oh.
Star Wars, that's a very linear game.
Okay.
But we would also have games inside that game. Like in Lego Batman 3, the Gotham one. Like we would play tag a lot.
It's the second one.
Is it the second one?
Yeah, the third
The third
one.
one's in space.
Yeah, that's stupid. I didn't play that one.
Are you sure?
Yep.
I swear there's 2 for the PlayStation 2. I'm Googling. I need to be right.
I feel like if you talk about speedruns, the first Lego Batman would be the quickest one to do.
Making sure for the podcast. Lego Batman 3 is the one in space.
um, But yeah. So anyway,
Girls on their free time, you know.
so like guys, they they're more interested in more combative activities typically.
I wouldn't say that because
You just use football as an example.
Well, yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say combative, but I would say they're more active. There's a lot of guys that are into modding their cars. There's a lot of guys that are into the hunting aspects. There's a lot of people that are solely into sports.
Yeah.
And
What do you mean by active?
I don't remember where I used active. There's a lot of people that like. There's a spectrum of very guy things to be into, like cars, like engineering, like heavy duty explosions,
right.
and sports. Ball.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
And then the girls' side of that is like different makeup
interrupting
styles.
all that. I mean,
like more on the girly side of the spectrum would be like, I think makeup would be on the heavy, like a 9.
Unless
on the
you're
girls'
Jeffree
side.
Star. But we don't talk about him.
No. That's why it's a 9 and not a 10.
What?
Because there's a few guys that do makeup that aren't gay.
He's not gay?
Not him specifically, but I'm saying there's guys that can do makeup that aren't gay. Like they can name at least 5 makeup products, and I'm counting that as being able to do makeup.
Okay, I can name, so like actors.
Like I can name 3.
Actors and mimes.
Pretty much, yeah. And con artists.
What? Okay, sure.
And so next on the scale would probably be like fashion and clothing, because there's definitely more guys that are into that than there are in makeup.
Yeah.
And then more towards like the neutral side of the spectrum, but still on the girls' side, would probably be cooking.
Yeah.
Like maybe that would be like a 2 or a 3 on the girls' side.
I mean, it's kind of,
because every big cooker like Gordon Ramsay, Guy Fieri, like just to name a two of them.
George Foreman.
George Foreman, yes. No, he provides the women with tools. He's like the craftsman of cooking. Like the DeWalt of cooking. What the heck?
So what's your point with all this?
I don't know, honestly. I'm just kind of going off.
But my point is, like, you don't understand the way girls
I don't
dress.
No.
I'm saying that's their personality. They want to
like represent originality with how they dress.
No, they want to represent something beautiful.
Okay.
Because like you think about it, they dress up to be a princess. Guys would never do that unless you're us.
I was waiting for that moment because yeah. I'm not admitting to anything, but you can tell by the tone of my voice.
Have we done that?
No.
It's something we would do, I feel like.
I did put on a pair of fairy print, like the dollar store wings, like the fairy wings. I put on one of those, and then I'm like, this really stretches your shoulders out, and I took it off. And that was the extent of my girly dress up.
Oh. I have a quick story. So me and Drew were like, I believe 6 and 8, maybe 5 and 7, somewhere in that age range.
So, like, is it before Why Johnny Can't Read, or like after?
I was like 15 when we filmed that.
Were you? Oh yeah, you were like 7 foot tall in that video.
Yeah, I've shrunk since then, apparently.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were pretty young, and somebody came over to babysit us, and she's.
I do know about.
I don't know that you.
I feel like I know this story.
I don't think I've told this story.
I feel like I know it.
It's not the one I told in the podcast.
Oh, keep going.
It's somebody came over to babysit us.
Yeah.
And I don't understand mom type people who want their kids to do this, but my little sister, bless her heart, she's the only girl. And our babysitter, for whatever reason, felt that she was being left out because she was the only girl, which is not true because we played with her a lot and we're all super close. But
because you guys live in a trailer.
Well, yeah, we've gotten a lot closer. But
unfortunately,
yeah, it's been a thing. But so she was like, "You guys should play dolls with Rachel. That would be super cute.
Oh my gosh,
and be super nice." And apparently, I don't remember this, but apparently we were like, "Okay." So we like tied ropes around her baby doll's necks and drug them behind our toy tractor through the upstairs.
That does feel like a very you guys thing to do.
Yeah, that's I feel like a proud older brother when I remember that. It's like, yeah, I'm not completely a wimp. We have some guy in us.
See, I'm proud of you. Like,
Thanks,
that
man.
was good,
um,
man.
so what were we talking about?
Why
Girls.
girls are the way they are. That'll be the title
Yeah,
of this episode.
that's like, yeah.
I mean,
So I'm reading this book. I didn't want to bring this up,
yeah,
but I want to understand these creatures that we call women.
yeah,
Yeah,
and why we got placed on the same earth as them.
yeah. So I'm reading this book about them, and it's I really like it because I read the same one on guys that they wrote. It's by John and Stacy Eldridge, if anyone's interested. But he uses like, I don't know if the right word is archetypal, but these archetypal ideas that relate to the different sexes. So guys, they grow up, they play with weapons, they want to be warriors, they want to rescue the princess, they want to be combative, they want to be strong, they want to know they have what it takes to win the battle, to win the girl, and to, I forget the third thing, but these
To win.
to push the win button.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the third thing.
Yeah. Guys
Maybe
want
we
to
should
push
write a book.
the win button.
Yeah, the win button.
That's a great title, actually. That is all right. Margarita. Write that down. So, and I really got into that book because he's like, I'm like, yeah, frick yeah, men, because he's talking about all these things like guys like this, and it's a great thing that guys like that. That's a positive thing.
Yeah.
We need that in the world. I'm like, heck yeah, man, men. And then so I really liked it. And I wanted to read the book they wrote on women. And so girls want, one of the things that they want that is fundamental to them, so says this book, is they want to be the beauty that is sought after. They want to be worth saving. Not that they can't, also wield a sword, but they want someone to think that they are worth fighting in battle for. And so, playing little girls playing dress up is more than just putting on clothes. It's the same thing guys think when they put on a suit of armor.
I wish I had. Because that would feel epic.
It feels amazing. Or they put on tactical gear. If you dress up like a pirate or a cowboy or whatever.
Yeah.
It's they get, it's the girl equivalent of that because they're uh
They get that feeling of like immersion.
yes, but it's more than that. They're interacting with femininity itself. Like if you imagine like the I don't know, the archetypal woman. They're engaging with the archetype.
Yeah, like the two sides of the spectrum where it's Rambo on the left being the guy's side.
Right, Rambo. He's pretty rad.
Yeah. And then they're like Mr. T for another instance on the guy's side.
Yeah.
Or on the other side for the girl's side is
Cinderella.
sure.
Yes.
That feels like a right answer.
And I guess Mulan. I struggle with that story.
Mulan would be more towards like a 7 on the girl's side because
Well,
she pretends she's a guy for a third of the movie.
Well, I don't know. See, what?
I like seeing you flop around like a fish on the deck, trying to put together the thoughts.
I struggle with that movie because I'm very sensitive to like
Being
hardcore
offended? What?
to hardcore feminist narratives because I feel like they don't want to bring up women, they just want to put men down, and
I don't see that being the theme of the story, but
Well, that exists though, and
oh yeah,
I'm
that's definitely
sensitive.
out there.
Yeah, and I'm sensitive to it, and I don't know. I was afraid Mulan would become that, but I don't. Having watched it, I don't think it really was. It's just a girl wants to be brave too in battle and protect her family,
Yeah.
so she goes into combat, and turns out to be good at it. But anyway,
It is weird that nobody finds out, like in the government.
it's like the Clark Kent syndrome. When you put on glasses,
Yeah.
no one knows you're Superman.
If you use enough tape, no one knows you're a woman. What?
I would love it if we didn't say anything for another 20 minutes after that. But what do you mean? Like hide the bluebles?
Yeah.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh.
You'd kind of notice.
Well, she put on armor. I thought that was the covering.
Well, she was in a gi for all the training.
Oh,
I was pretty sure. Maybe she wasn't. I'm second guessing myself.
I don't remember.
But yeah.
I should have been able to tell from the voice, though.
That's why she talked like this, but in a higher voice.
Oh.
Like, hi, guys.
Hello, I am Friend Man.
uh,
But anyway, so like, yeah, I haven't finished the books and haven't thought about it enough to make thoughts that are coherent. So
I mean,
should probably stop talking. But
Mulan does come out later in March.
I'm not gonna watch it. I'm done with movies.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I'm done with Hollywood. They're hot garbage all the time.
Nope.
Of course, I do want to see the Joker a little bit. It does look half decent.
And you do like Adam Sandler.
I died a little inside when he said that.
That's where our tastes go different directions. Because those are movies that my dad likes, so I grew up watching them.
Yeah.
So that's very much my humor.
I mean, I'm not opposed to all dumb stuff because I really like UHF. I really like my dad raised us on the Three Stooges. What's another example?
SpongeBob?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. That's pretty dumb.
Have you watched SpongeBob recently?
I haven't. Well,
not the new stuff, like the first 4 seasons.
Semi recently, and it was not what I remember. I mean, I still like the band episode. That's still amazing. And it's not even surrounding, the story doesn't even surround SpongeBob.
Mm-hmm.
About Squidward, but that's it's still a masterpiece of Nickelodeon.
Yeah. Nickelodeon just doesn't know when to stop saying more.
That's my problem with everything in the industry right now.
Yeah.
Like there's something beautiful in things that are finite.
Yeah.
Even though it's depressing, it's like, I don't know. If it exists one time, whenever you experience it, you cherish the memory more because it's limited instead of dragging it on into 1,000 episodes like Star Wars. We'll still have, like, because we grew up with them, I'll say the original 6. We still have those, and those were beautiful to us.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it could also dig into the childlike wonder of it, because whenever we were first exposed to it, it was brand new.
Yeah.
That's probably why the prequels got a lot of hate up till pretty much recently.
Yeah, now that people our age are controlling the internet now, the prequels are getting a lot less hate, and people are appreciating them for what they are.
And then in 20 years, like, I'm sure the original 9 will be considered.
Gosh.
Which episode 9 was great. It was definitely the best out of the new trilogy. But episode 8 shouldn't exist. Rewatching it for the 4th time.
Have you seen any reviews on 9?
No.
I might send you one. It's an hour and a half of pure depressingness.
No, that would probably ruin it for me. That's like watching someone critique like episode 4.
It was, I don't know. What would their main complaints be? It looks campy, the effects sometimes amazing, sometimes chintzy.
Well, the acting sometimes was if I am going to critique it, like sometimes the deliveries on the lines were lackluster. A lot
So
of the acting with the CGI was bad
what's no?
in episode 4.
Yeah, you're not supposed to watch those versions.
No, I'm talking about originals.
Yeah, there's no CGI in the originals.
Lightsaber.
Okay, so I'm thinking CGI characters.
No, I'm not talking about those. The lightings were
Was
bad.
that
The sound
CG?
effects
You
were
sure that's
cheesy.
CGI? That wasn't like uh.
I doubt they actually made
But they used
lightsabers.
film.
Yeah, they wrapped the tube in film to add the like.
That's a special effect. That's not a visual effect. That's it. It's well,
The lightsaber is a visual effect on top of an already
right. But I'm
shiny
thinking like
object.
computerized CG. Well, computer
Oh, like
generated
three
image.
three dimensional CGI,
Yeah,
like the Jabba's palace scene, the new in episode 6,
I haven't. I've
like
only
with
seen
Snoodles and the backup singers and all that, like that kind of CGI.
maybe. I've never seen the original CGI.
No, I'm not talking original CGI. I'm talking about the new, like the most recent episode 6.
I know. I haven't seen that one.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
I
bad.
still have the VHS. I refuse to watch the updated versions.
Somebody did remaster they took the most recent remastered A New Hope
Mm-hmm.
and they despecialized it.
Oh, good.
So they took out all the recolorization. They took out all of the new CGI and replaced it with the old CGI.
Okay. Can you own
Um,
that one?
It's online somewhere. I think it's $20 to own digitally.
Oh,
For a
that has
physical
to be
copy,
illegal.
it's like $3,000 for a physical copy of the desynchronized high definition A New Hope,
Huh.
or not desynchronized, despecialized.
Okay.
Because I did get that. It's on my one of my hard drives. I really liked it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't watch a lot of critics because I basically just fume off my experience was.
Okay.
Then after the experience, if I liked it, I'll go back and watch it a second time and then kind of like pay attention to it.
Ah.
Because that's how I watch movies.
Yeah.
So like me, my dad, and Caleb, we all went and watched episode 7. We skipped 8. We all went and watched 9. And I think we all collectively said that 9 was the best Star Wars movie from,
Since Force Awakens.
well, since episode 3 or since the Clone Wars came out. That movie. So like out of the new trilogy, Solo and Rogue, episode 9 was better. Because I think we all pretty much have the same opinion on it, where it's like episode 3 is the best, then episode 5, episode 9.
You like 3 over 5?
Yeah.
I mean
If you're gonna sit down, you're gonna pick one movie out of all. I think there's what 11 of them, 10 of them. Out of all 10 Star Wars movies, you're gonna sit down and pick one to watch right now. What would it be?
5,
Would it be 5?
hands down. Best story, best romance, best effects, best relationship with the villain. It's dark, but it's still uplifting at the end. It's amazing. Episode 3 has the best choreographed fight scene I've ever seen.
And the best memes.
Well, yeah. Well, the whole prequels are good for memes.
I don't know. Episode 3 was probably the best.
Yeah.
It has the most used.
Okay. All right.
Memes, as in like the Darth Plagueis story.
True. Okay. Yes.
Hello there.
You're probably right then.
Hello there is the most,
Yeah,
if not the most.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, episode 3, it has the fight scene. It has Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. Hayden Christensen, I don't really mind in that one.
You mean Hayden Christensen?
Christensen and Hayden. I don't really the villain. You know, they're interesting design. Grievous.
Yeah.
But as a character, they're kind of whatever. But it's like visually, it's very fun to watch him and Obi-Wan fight.
One thing that I just now realized, it doesn't end with a space battle like episode 6 did, because they were trying to rhyme it with the original trilogy. It doesn't end with a space battle. It starts with a space battle.
True.
Which I didn't pick that up till now.
Is that the only one that starts like a full-on space battle? There's a chase in episode 4. 6 starts with Jabba. 5 starts with Hoth.
Yeah, 5 starts with Hoth.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I thought you said 6. I don't remember.
1 starts with negotiations.
Yeah,
2
which
starts
technically was a battle in space.
No, that doesn't count.
Episode 2 starts with the Padme bit.
The bounty hunter.
Yeah, Zam. Episode 3 is the beginning of space battle. Episode 7 was Jakku.
Yeah.
Solo was
I've
the
not seen this one.
gang fights on Han's first like home planet. Rogue One might have been a space battle, probably not. I don't remember where 8 started. 8 might have started with a space battle because there's the bombing run thing.
Oh, I did think that was cool. I almost cried in the theater. I thought it was so cool, and then I just slowly hated as the movie progressed.
It doesn't make any sense to me because they were referencing the World War II bombers. But the reason a World War II bomber works is because of gravity, and there's no gravity in space.
I mean, I guess you can argue that they propel it after it comes out of the bomb chamber.
Well, the main argument is artificial gravity, and the bomber sends it downward.
Well, you know what?
But
I don't know that you want to push that argument too far, because why can they always walk?
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, every ship has artificial gravity in it.
what is that?
It's
Well, besides the obvious, like what kind of science mumbo jumbo do they use to? Is it like a special box? It's like an air freshener, but it disperses gravity.
Well, the way they do it in actual space to have artificial gravity is you just spin continuously. And that'll stick you to the floor.
Centrifugal force.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. But in something like the Millennium Falcon with it, which is not a cylinder,
Yeah.
that would be impossible.
Yeah. I don't remember how it's explained in Star Wars. I don't think it is. It is just a component on the ship that forces you down.
Huh.
Which I don't know how that works into the legitimacy, but there's lightsabers and phasma blasters and
Interesting.
such like that.
So I guess you could, well, so whatever tool that Star Wars uses for them to walk, I guess you could argue that they would put it.
They would put that in the bombers.
In the bomb.
Yeah. But it would just make sense. An ion torpedo would do the same thing, which every X-Wing has.
Like a missile.
It's what blew the Death Star up twice.
Oh, a proton torpedo, yeah.
Which, yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of the beginning scene of Episode 8 because they were referencing all of the World War II scenes, but again, they're so slow. If you're being realistic, they would have gotten shot down.
Yes.
But
because the surface of those ships are nothing but
there's no shields on them.
Huh?
There's no shields on them. You could have taken a regular blaster, hit one of the bombs, and it would have been gone.
Hmm.
That's my main issue with it.
You could do that with real bombs too, like in real life. Technically, you could say that, but and it's impossible to do because they're impossible to hit. You want to be out of the blast radius.
Yeah.
But when you do that, you're out of gun range too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know that I care for that argument. But anyway.
But Star Wars, it is light. It shoots.
Is it? Because it doesn't go as fast as light.
It's made out of plasma. It's close enough. It looks like light. That's my argument there.
Okay.
And they have anti-air tanks on the entire surface of the ship.
That's what I mean. Like that's a very impractical way.
Yeah.
To like the best type of combat is to use Death Star like cannons from miles and miles away.
Yeah. That's the way you win wars in Star Wars, basically.
Yeah. But it's less visually appealing. I like the it's like naval ship to ship combat.
Yeah.
Like in episode 3. That's really cool.
I do like that. I wish they would have done that more. Episode 9's they didn't have a space battle. It was in like orbit.
Okay.
Of this, I can't remember what it's called. It was the Sith planet that Palpatine was on. But it wasn't. It was just a space battle in orbit. It was an entire battalion of Empire ships versus the Resistance and whatever forces they gathered. And yeah, it was pretty epic. I liked it. They almost killed off Rose, which made me almost happy. But yeah, I think her screen time.
Is it true that JJ got that the story back? Did he do 9?
Yeah, JJ did 9, and then after he was done directing it, he didn't get to check what the final product was going to be. So whatever Disney wanted to cut out, they cut out. Which the movie was going to be like 3 to 4 hours long, so they cut out. I don't know how much input they had, or how much input JJ had, but they cut out almost all of Rose's scenes, all of Lando's daughter, almost entirely.
So, is it possible that in JJ's original cut, they actually explain why the heck Ray can just suddenly heal people for no reason?
Yeah, that was explained. Finn being force sensitive was also explained.
In the original cut.
Yes. And then all of Lando and his dynamic with his daughter is explained. And all of the scenes with Leia and Rose are explained. But all that gets cut in the final release.
Even if they explain the healing thing, why hasn't any other Jedi used it before? Jedi that are 1,000 times more experienced than Rey will ever be. Why haven't they force healed?
That is a good point.
The review I watched just had me depressed and angry at the same time because they pointed out 1,000 things like that.
I know Obi-Wan was able to do it because he did it in episode 2.
What?
But it takes a tremendous amount of like focus.
When did he do that?
Whenever he gets slashed with the lightsaber, he immediately force heals. Or he starts to force heal, but it takes a while because yeah. That's why he puts his hand down by the wound.
Where is this information found?
The internet.
So headcanon.
No, it's regular canon. If you look it up on Wikipedia, it'll pop up. Because Qui-Gon was able to do it, Dooku was able to do it, Emperor Palpatine, obviously.
You know what we've talked about doing that we should do?
What?
Count Dooku, a young Count Dooku short film. And I think
That would
Luke
be
could
cool.
pull it off.
Yeah.
He has the right face.
Yeah.
He's slender like Christopher Lee.
We'll have to look up what Dooku looked like back then, because there's an entire comic series about Dooku training Qui-Gon. Which I hope they make into movie. Because that would be great. Or if, like, more Qui-Gon Obi-Wan interaction. Because of a lot of Obi-Wan's uncle jokes come from Qui-Gon, and it's amazing.
Uncle jokes?
Yeah, like his dad humor.
Is it, for example?
You're gonna put me on the spot,
Well,
aren't
I
you?
don't remember him doing dad jokes. Not like another happy landing, like that.
Yeah, like that kind of stuff.
He's just sarcastic.
Yeah. That's dad humor.
Alright, fine.
And then, like, yeah. Like, Clone Wars is a big... That's, like, all he is. He's the happy uncle that isn't too aggressive.
Yeah. He was always my favorite.
Yeah.
You and Drew liked Anakin.
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know why.
I've swapped over to Obi-Wan, because I sympathize with him more.
Yeah.
Anakin was just the cool Jedi that was allowed to wear black for some reason.
I always liked Obi-Wan because he was a rule follower and intelligent.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because Qui-Gon trained him. Qui-Gon never really followed the rules specifically. He just did the will of the Force. And that's why he learned how to be a Force Ghost first. And that technically is the only known master of Yoda, Qui-Gon Jinn. Because he taught Yoda how to be a Force Ghost. And that is in...
That's a shame that they didn't emphasize the lightsaber choreography with Qui-Gon if he was that powerful.
Yeah.
Because Phantom Menace, Darth Maul looks cool, but Qui-Gon's, he kind of moves slow and old.
Yeah, well, I think he's one of the most known for, I think it's Lightsaber Art Form 2? I don't remember what its name is. It's where you just keep the blade continuously moving. It's after some martial art. I don't remember what it is. I think it's just made after medieval sword battles. Because with the sword, your piercing ability is only as good as how fast you swing the sword because of momentum.
Okay.
So you always keep the blade moving even if you miss. So it's always continuous motion. That's what Qui-Gon did.
Hmm.
And then Obi-Wan's was based more off of Form 3, which is like blaster deflection and more of a defensive. You outlast their endurance, and then you fight them when they're tired. Which is pretty much what he... No, never mind. He shot Grievous.
Grievous was he was not being force sensitive. He had to fight him with a different style.
Yeah. He was a Jedi hunter.
But I think it applies with the Mustafar fight. Because if you watch closely, Obi-Wan is always on the defense.
Yeah.
Mostly because he doesn't want to kill Anakin, but also I think it's just his fight style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every Jedi has a different fight style. Like, Kit Fisto's the only one that can dual wield effectively. Because he's the only one to ever master an art form, which is Form 1 is like Shiloh or something like that. So Kit Fisto's the only one that, in canon, that can dual wield effectively.
Huh.
Because there was a Clone Wars episode where he fought Grievous with 2. That was pretty cool.
Interesting. That's a little glowy.
It is 6 blades. Because Kit Fisto and his apprentice got trapped on Grievous's basically his hideout.
Yeah.
And Grievous kills the apprentice in front of Kit Fisto. But Grievous doesn't know he's there, so Kit Fisto force pulls the apprentice's lightsaber, ignites it. Then he grabs his own and ignites it. He holds it like cross-armed against his face.
Oh, I've seen this episode, yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I really...
Wasn't his
really
apprentice the Akbar character?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And the older Clone Wars stuff, in my opinion, is the best. Because it is... Imagine Episode 3's fight scenes, but amp it up to 100.
The 2D
That is the entire
animated?
series. Yeah.
Okay.
It is by far my personal favorite Star... If I sat down and watched anything Star Wars, it would be that right now. It is 4 hours of epicness.
Yeah, you've showed me clips and the battle scenes looked pretty decent.
Yeah, the storylines aren't too great, but the art style is a lot like Samurai Jack, and I've gushed over that enough.
To me.
Yeah.
Not on podcasts, but yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't watched, just look up the Irish Scotsman.
What?
His scenes are the best.
Oh, he fights someone named that.
Yeah, he fights, and then spoilers, they both fall off the bridge and become friends.
Okay.
And he's by far my favorite character. Well, you see, he explains everything the same way I would, which is magic. Like,
Okay.
how would you... I can't remember how Jack talks. I can't do an impersonation of him. Like, how did you heal so quickly? Ancient ruins! He holds up his sword that has, like, inscriptions on it, and it starts to glow. How did you defend my attack? I should have shattered your sword. Like, I got a kilt on you, fag! He doesn't say that, but that's how I heard it.
Gabe has selective hearing.
You can't beat me! I got a kilt on! But yeah, it's a good show. You should watch it.
Maybe someday. I haven't really been watching anything. Trying to read more.
Yeah. The only things I've been really listening to are... There's this one podcast that I found that I found really interesting called... Alright, I don't remember what... It's PKA. Painkiller All? I want to say is its name. It's like 4-hour podcast. I just listened to it do work. But yeah.
You can listen to stuff at work?
No, while I work here.
Oh, here.
Like video editing and such. Which I have been just cranking down on editing this past week.
My alarm's going off.
Oh no, it is 9:30 and not 9:13.
Third time's a charm.
Yeah. Just like marriage. Speaking from someone else's experience, not my own.
Well,
Yeah.
we've been talking for a long time.
I might chop this up into multiple episodes. Maybe I won't. I'm not sure.
You won't.
I won't. I'll upload it raw.
Raw dog.
Yeah, like a dog.
Well,
That sounds disgusting. Like a raw hot dog what my image went to.
raw dog?
Like a raw hot dog.
It's a sex thing.
Yeah, I know that, but my brain
Oh,
didn't go there first because I'm not demented.
whatever.
Mine went to just like a hot dog, like out of the jar.
That is gross. Have you seen people swallow those whole?
Yes, that is so disgusting.
It's
Which, I mean, I guess it's lubricated already, so it'll just like slip down your throat because of all the hot dog juices that are inside the whatever container you might get it from, the bag or the canned hot dog. I'm glad we could leave a very nice taste in your guys' mouth as we try
uh-huh.
to close the episode. Raw hot dog. That sounds horrible.
Good band name though.
Yeah. What was the other band name we came up with the other day?
Friday?
Might have been Friday.
The day I was here.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess I was here both days
Was that
technically.
yesterday?
No,
The
today's
day
Sunday.
before. Is it?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was Saturday.
No.
I don't want to go to work tomorrow. Shoot.
Did you sleep since I left?
I might have. I'm not sure.
They canceled our church today because of the corona-ness.
So we still had my church. They just, yeah. I do need to figure out and talk to the tech team there, which is two guys. We live stream all of our services,
Yeah.
and for some reason, for the past 2 weeks, all the services have been choppy on the stream. So I need to talk to them about fixing it because a lot of people are probably going to stay at home and just watch the service online.
Okay.
Yeah, that's on my list to do.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So should we call this an episode? We covered a lot of ground.
This is an episode. High five, Gabe.
So should we end this episode?
I guess. I don't know how to end an episode. We've never ended an episode before. We just kind of keep talking and eventually I chop us off.
Kind of stops, yeah. Well, maybe next time Luke will be here.
What? Then I'll cut it off there.
Yeah, maybe next time. I don't know. Yeah.
It all depends. I don't know what he's up to.
Yeah, I don't know. I need to talk to him. I don't know how his filming thing's been going. We'll let him tell everybody about it. But yeah, so we'll see you guys later. I'm really craving on stalking my old teammates, so I think we're gonna do that and maybe play a little Sea of Thieves. I don't know what Gabe's feeling, but that's what I'm feeling.
You want to record the stockings? Nah.
I want to watch that in front of you. It's for private time.
Never mind. All right.
So I'm gay.
Who are you gay for?
I don't know, but
a bag of Doritos over there. That's what I'm gay for. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but my parents are gay for each other.
Mom's gay for dad?
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe. Why haven't you told me this?
You know, it's kind of embarrassing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I need a new joke for the outro because I always say I'm somebody else and it's not funny. It wasn't funny to begin with, but I kept saying it.
Trying to make it funny.
I'm Spunk McUncle.
And I'm Kunk McSunkle. I think I did that right. I don't know.
I don't know. I just ripped off Game Grumps. I'm Spurn McGoogle.
And I'm Grim Squiggle.
Quit. And you've been listening to Swinging with the Daddies. The Swing Daddy podcast.
I'm not digging you out of this hole.
You better not.
All right.
Bye. That was a lot of talking. Kind of did.